Today we're going to talk about what I think is the most important piece of equipment that you can get for your camera, especially when you're starting out. I'll give you 3 guesses. But before we do, if you would do us the favor of giving us a like and subscribing, we'd really appreciate that. Helps us out as we move along and develop our channel. Okay, let's get into the most important piece of equipment that you can have in your arsenal. And I wonder if you could figure it out. It's a tripod here. Now, especially for a new person, a tripod is especially helpful because if you're not able to control your shutter speed and other adjustments and you're doing automatic mode, this will help you keep your camera steady whenever you have to use longer exposures if you don't have some of the other equipment that we're going to talk about for the rest of the week here. Now, this particular tripod is kind of not necessarily what I would use on the regular. It's kind of like an extra one in case of kind of thing. But there's 2 things you need to keep in mind when you're purchasing your tripod. First is how tall will it go, and is it stable? Is it strong enough? Is this, the weight of it basically really is what you got to be concerned with. And this one's really light. It's made out of aluminum. Sometimes there's ones that are called the travel tripods. Never really needed that right yet. But first of all, you'll notice that some of them have the little quick release flap, and it stays in there pretty good. And whenever you flip it open, it depends on how much you use. Maybe you need to grease it up or something, I don't know. But that's one option. It's a little bit quicker. And so that's, to me, this is a little bit light. If I put my camera on it, I would be afraid that it was going to blow away. But if I, sometimes I'll use my iPhone. And I actually have a specific gadget for that. So that's why I kind of keep it. The other thing being the stability is this right here. Now, when you buy a tripod, now this is what I typically use on my day-to-day work, is be careful about how high it will go. Because they'll say, oh, it's a 5-foot high tripod, but you gotta be careful, what does that really mean? Because right here, when your tripod is in this position right here, here's the apex of the 3 legs. They're firmly established on the ground. This is the firmest your camera will be, whether you got your legs extended or whichever way. But oftentimes whenever you go to buy a camera, they're going to give you the height with this at its highest point. Now, what happens once you get above the apex, you're going to start losing stability a little bit, because sometimes you get them and they will have this little bar, have a little play in it, and you can lose that stability just as quickly. So make sure without the extension, how high can your tripod take your camera? Because especially like in real estate photos, if you're standing on the road, you need to compensate so you don't get these distortions of your picture. Again, I'm not going to tell you exactly which one you should purchase, because it's going to need to fit your budget, your ability to carry it around, all these different things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed today's little session. We're going to talk about 2 other pieces of equipment that are very important. And again, you can get overwhelmed with the different types of equipment, but we're just going to talk about what you would need as a beginner just to get out there and do the 30-day challenge. We welcome you to get involved with our 30-day challenge. We're going to continue doing this for the next few weeks. Tag us with any photos that you take with @Phototropics30. Look forward to seeing those. Remember, like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we talk about one of the other 2 very important pieces of equipment.